that race that we had a little bit of a delay on. There was some equipment malfunction, so we're going backwards in the event schedule to event number 4. This is the men's Club 4. Immediate level, and looking towards improvement and building up as athletes, and it's a great addition to the program here. More opportunity for athletes to row, and obviously this is going to be really, really competitive. As we come down the course, we've got 7 boats on the course, with lane 1 Utah Crew, lane 2 Berkeley High School, lane 3 Newport Seabase, lane 4 Los Gatos, lane 5, Norcal B, lane 6, Oakland Strokes, and lane 7, Norcal A. So 2 entries here from Norcal. These boats having progressed from the time trial, so they were your top 7 performers in the time trial. We didn't get a chance to have them go through semifinals yesterday, so this is their shot as they come down the race course. Side-by-side racing, very different than a time trial, and right now the boats that are out in front, Newport Seabase, followed by Berkeley High School, and then really close between Utah and Los Gatos. So those are your top 4 boats. Also in the mix there is lane 7, that's Norcal B. And then in 5th, it's going to be, that was Norcal A that was in the 4th place. So let's let it shake out a little bit. We're going to get a little better image of where we're at on the course and come back with the proper placement. All right, and here we go. From lane 7, Norcal A doing a great job, currently holding on to the lead, maybe just by a bow ball right now, over Berkeley High School in lane 2 and Newport Seabase in lane 3. So those 3 boats, really about a seat maybe separating from those top 3 boats, just about a seat separating between those 3 boats.
And coming through the 1,000-meter mark, we have our leader, lane 7, Norcal Crew, followed by, I'm going to give it to Newport Seabase here in lane 3, followed by Berkeley High in lane 2. Very tight race, again followed on the shore by Utah Crew. Coming back into the center of the field, Los Gatos going to try to squeeze up maybe a little bit further here on some of these on lanes 1, 2, and 3, because right now they are bow to stern. But we are seeing a pretty strong row here, again, bow to stern as the leader, Norcal Crew on the outside.
Yeah, they're really taking advantage here of this absolutely beautiful water. We're well past the halfway point, and lane 7, you got to get props to them all the way out there. And part of the challenge on that is just that their closest competition is many lanes away. So we've talked about it a lot. The coxswain really needs to stay on it and needs to make sure that they are keeping their eye on the rest of the field, which is hard when you're in a bow loader boat. So you're looking at the finish line, and you have to really make sure that your head is on a swivel and you keep track of where everyone else is at. And right now, Norcal A from lane 7 out in front. Berkeley High School now, they are your second place crew, sitting 2 seats over Utah and Newport Seabase. Newport Seabase and Utah so close to each other for that 3rd place position. So as they come into view, just almost at 500 meters to go, it's going to be Norcal A in first, followed by Berkeley High School, holding off a charge from Utah and Newport Seabase.
You brought up a really good point there about the coxswains and about steering and being squished in between those 2 crews that are trying to make a move here. As we come in 500 to go, we're looking at lane 2, Berkeley High School, and that coxswain in the bow loader is sitting up pretty tall there, because when you are in the sun and you are down in that bow loader, it is hard to see all the way around you, and you know that those 2 crews on either side of you are hunting you down, trying to make a move and surpass you. Now, how are you feeling as an athlete in a bow loader like that? You are looking at the 2 boats all along both sides of you, trying to make that move and overtake you, and you are squished in the middle. How does that feel?
Well, I think you've got to try and keep your eye on, at what everyone is doing, but also just stay internal. Stick to your race plan. And the boat that is doing the best job with that, besides Norcal out in front, is going to be Utah. Utah, a program that rows on the Jordan Canal and sometimes even at the Great Salt Lake. That's a program that has some great coaching right now. We're going to see a lot of good performances from them over the course of this weekend, but they are putting on a challenge to that Berkeley High School spot. So Berkeley holding on to second, sitting just a couple of seats over Utah. Utah having overtaken Newport Seabase for potentially one of those medaling positions. So Newport Seabase currently in 4th, Los Gatos in 5th, and then we'll see where Norcal and Oakland Strokes are in the mix. So it does look like Oakland Strokes possibly in that 7th place position. But look at this, all the way out front, Norcal A just having taken off a significant amount of open water over the rest of the field. This is the men's club.
Diverse too, so it's really fun to watch these Club 4s because you never know which athletes are going to be out there, so it's kind of a free-for-all for a lot of these crews. And as I speak here, it is lane 7, Norcal crew crossing the line first, but very close second and third. We have lanes 2 and 1, and that will be Utah and Berkeley.